Aloha, everybody. It's Greg. I hope you guys are doing well. I know it has been a while since I have been able to do the monthly predictions. It is December. It is the last month out of the year 2021. What a year it has been, and what a world we are living in. You know, this life experience does not always come easy, does it? We've had a lot of passings. We've had a lot of major changes these last several months, and it's been quite a challenging year. It's interesting because 2020 was its own challenge, and then 2021 was. And I'm just really starting to see that each year it's going to come with its own challenges. And you know what? It's going to be difficult at times, but there are times where it's not difficult, where it's actually quite peaceful. And the way we attract more peace into our lives is when we make that decision that we are going to be ourselves. And we are going to live our truth, and we're not going to follow what tradition taught us, whether it's religion or what you learned in school, or so-and-so did it this way, so-and-so did it that way. The past is the past, and we can certainly learn from it, but we're in the present now. We need to learn to live in the now. And yeah, it's true. People say, "Oh, yeah, tomorrow might not be here," or one day you're gonna go, or we all know that, but a lot of times we don't realize how much we take for granted, and it takes our world, whether it's the world we live in or our inner world, it takes that to be shaken up, to wake us up and make us realize, wow, this person means the world to me. This is what I want out of life. This is what I want to change. It's when we're shaken awake. And sometimes it takes tragedy for us to realize, hey, we've got to make time, not only for ourselves, but we need to make time for those that we truly love. And make time for those, not just those you love. Make time for people that you matter to them. I'll say that again. You matter to them. Make time for those who you matter to them. They matter to you, but what about the ones that you matter to them? Those relationships are worth growing. Those relationships are worth saving. Those relationships are the ones that are going to last for eternity. And when you realize maybe what you lost, whether maybe the friendship ended, maybe it was all your fault, maybe it wasn't your fault at all, maybe it was all them, maybe it wasn't them at all, maybe it just, sometimes things just happen, sometimes people grow apart. Shit happens, guys. But you know what? Bottom line is, make time for those where, if you were to one day lose them, and we all will lose those we love one day in this lifetime. And also, when it comes your time to leave the world, you're not going to look back and go, gee, I'm so glad I stayed in that toxic relationship, or gee, I'm so glad I, suffered till the end for that job, or, I did this and did that, and wasted time that you could have been spending healing yourself. In which, when you heal yourself, when you take care of yourself, and when you remove the things that are blocking you emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, career-wise, romantically, when you remove the people and the toxic situations and the drama, when you remove that from your life, you not only have more time for yourself, which is what you need. We don't spend enough time on ourselves and by ourselves. We're always texting. We're always on social media. We're always on the telephone. We're watching TV. We're watching the news. We're seeing what the damn Kardashians are up to, or what Biden's up to, or what freaking Trump's up to. You know, what about what we're up to? What about what you're up to? What about what I'm up to? What about the people? Again, it goes back to who matters to you. What are they up to? And those who you matter to, they want to know what you're up to. They miss you. And remember that this holiday season. Let's wrap up the 2021 with making a promise to ourselves. If you're willing to do it. People say, I don't want to change. I don't want to change my life. Oh, what if it doesn't work out? Well, living miserable right now, whatever situation you're in right now, living in that state, that's not easy either. So you might as well be happy at least trying to change or better yourself. You know, it's not about making these major, massive changes all at once. Sometimes it's some baby steps. Sometimes you have to make a big change all of a sudden. Sometimes life has a way of saying, hey, you want to take a leap of faith? Let me help push you over, and that happens because life does that when we're hesitating too much, when we're about ready to make that leap or that change or go explore something. What happens normally? Take a second. What normally happens when you keep thinking about doing something and you start kind of exploring and, gee, I wonder what this would be like, or if I really could be happier. A lot of times we just keep peeking around the corner and we think about it and we go, and maybe we're about ready to take that step, maybe stick our feet in the water. Normally we go right back into our shell, or we turn around and walk away. We go right back to what we're familiar with, what we know, okay? The universe often, if you really want to make a change and they know you want to make a change, they're going to give you a nice big push. Perfect example with me was when I came out of the closet. I wanted to come out. This was like, oh my God, this was 2008, end of 2008. I wanted to come out my own way. I wanted to come out slowly. I had everything is going to work out perfectly fine, blah, blah, blah. I was going to come out to my family in my own time. I was going to come out to my church in my own time. Well, circumstances, life happened. And you know what? It pushed me right out of the closet. Man, I felt like Alice, who fell down that hole in Alice in Wonderland. Man, it's been a trip. But I grew. My life changed forever. And it sure as hell wasn't easy. And I almost took myself out of it a couple of times. And when I say that, I'm willing to be open with you guys, because if I'm not open with you guys, then why should you be open with yourselves? Why should you be open to other people? Why should you be open to change? There were a couple times where I almost took my own life because it was hard. It was difficult. But you know what? I failed at some things, but I learned. What didn't work out the way I thought was going to, the doors that were meant to opened up because of it. Now, had I not taken that leap the first time and stayed where I was up above the rabbit hole, you know what? I was miserable there too, and I wouldn't have survived that either. I know for a fact, above the rabbit hole, I would have ended my life. I could not live my life in secret anymore. I could not live my life for other people and controlled by religion and what other people thought of me, what other people expected of me. And I wasn't helping anybody up there either. I was telling everybody it's okay to walk all over everybody. I learned that it's not. And you're talking to Psychic Greg Stanley because I went down that rabbit hole and went on a big journey these last several years, and I'm still on it. And I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm teaching you guys what I learned. But that's how Psychic Greg Stanley came about, because some of my dreams and goals didn't happen. But because I pursued what I loved, discovered, this door opened up. I do really good psychic readings. That's when the whole world opened up to me. And I found my purpose. And guess what? You can find your purpose. And may not be that you become a psychic. Maybe your life purpose is to become a nurse, become a lawyer. Maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe you want to start your own spiritual practice, your own spiritual shop. Maybe you want to do something like open up a nonprofit. Maybe you just want to be a mom. Maybe you want to be a single mom. Maybe you want to be a single dad. I know a couple people that they're single gay men and they don't want to just have a partner so they can have kids. Some of them they found surrogates and they're single dads. I know some moms, some women, straight and gay women, they said, you know what? I'm not waiting on a man anymore. I love myself and I want to have a child. And they went, got a sperm donor, had babies. Gay, straight, didn't matter. There's even been straight guys I know that they weren't going to wait around for the right woman. They're going to allow the right woman to come in that's going to accept him, whether he has a child with somebody else, baby mama, or, a surrogate, whatever, a donor. They want to live their lives in peace, and they want to find their dreams other ways. That's amazing. That's their purpose. And they want to continue growing, and they want to be parents. Maybe you want to be a parent. Maybe you want to be a foster parent, adopt. Maybe you want to finally start owning some animals. Animals really add to our lives. They're family. Animals are family. I got turtles and goldfish and cats and guppies and birds and you name it. You guys see them all the time on my social media and everything. But anyways, you know what? This year, make a decision for 2022. And don't wait till New Year's. Start now. Maybe the baby steps. Start now. Why wait till New Year's? Why wait till the clock strikes 12? Why not start right now? You don't have to know how. That's in God's hands. Just be willing. The law of attraction is going to guide you every step of the way. I'm no better than you guys. The law of attraction takes me along the way. Do that. You can do it. I know you can. Nobody believed in me. A lot of my life, nobody believed in me. I had to believe in myself. I had to learn all this on my own. And I'm grateful that I'm able to teach you guys what I've learned and help you guys, because I would have given anything 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010 to have a Greg Stanley I could talk to, or somebody equivalent that could guide me, give me some guidance and some perspective. Not somebody that knew everything. I sure as hell don't know everything, but it would have been nice to have somebody. But you know what? Wasn't supposed to. Had to do it on my own. And there's some things you're going to have to learn on your own. And guess what? You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Why? Because I'm no better than you. And I have my own circumstances, and I have my own obstacles, my own challenges that have nothing to do with anybody else. And guess what? You have challenges and obstacles and things that have nothing to do with me. So no excuses. Get it done. Let's look at December. See what the angels have to say. And talking about those who matter to you, I want to share that I had a couple unexpected passings, lost another loved one to COVID on the ventilator. And that was very difficult. I haven't seen that cousin in years. And I had an auntie of mine, has a 6-year-old son. And she died unexpectedly trying to live. She was getting a bone marrow transplant in Seattle, flew there from Hawaii. and she caught an infection and then caught another. They couldn't get her back. They couldn't get her stable, and had to let her go. And that was very, very difficult. And that's why you guys haven't heard from me in the last few months. I've been dealing with a lot. And I know you guys have been dealing with your own stuff too, but so was I. And I'm sharing this with you guys because I was so looking forward to her coming home from Seattle, well, recovered, everything. But sometimes God has different plans. And for us, it sucks. Because I wish I could keep all of my friends, my family, those I love, my pets, those who are near and dear to me, here with me. But you know what? We're going to go one day. And we will see them again. And not only will we see them again, they're watching over us. They're listening. They're helping us right now. They're present with us right now, just when you think about them. Whether it's out of nowhere or intentionally, they're with you. My Auntie Kathy is right here with me. My cousin Danny, who I only met a couple times, he's here. Along with those I knew for a lifetime, and spent all my days with, my grandparents, all that stuff. They're all with me right now. And guess what? Your loved ones and your ancestors, they're with you too. And you need to remember that. One day you'll be with them. But part of their mission in death is to help us, help you grow. They're learning from you too. Did you know that? People are like, oh, what are our guides, our ancestors trying to tell us? They want to learn from you too. They're on the other side. We're on this side. There's things they can't do over there that we can over here. And there's certainly things we can do over here we can't do that they can over there. So the spirit world and the physical world is where we're in right now. They work together. So remember that. Let go of your ego. And you'll see the world open up to you. Calling on Archangel Michael, all of the beautiful archangels, Archangel Jophiel, the Archangel of Joy, Raphael, the Archangel of Healing. We need a lot of that right now with everything going on in our lives and in this world. Ask for God, the wisdom, the power of the universe to be present and give us insight for the month of December 2021 as we get to New Year's. So as I'm guided to pull cards, I'm going to pull them and see what comes up here. So, what do we need to know? First card's going to be maybe what we just experienced. Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. It either just happened or it's about to happen. These same cards come up all the time, even though it's been months and months, and there's 78 cards in this deck here. It's beautiful. In this angel card deck that I use here. Expect a promotion, new career opportunity, change of jobs. I hear a lot of retiring. People are retiring. It's time. Go for it. And the next card I'm going to pull is going to be more present moment, near future. Seven of Fire. There's some conflict going on inside of us right now. You might be feeling some inner turmoil, like in your heart. Maybe your health is kind of in turmoil. Spirit's showing me there's a lot of people that have been having like a lot of stomach issues, issues up in the heart area, chest cavity. You might feel that. There's a lot going on with COVID. We're in cold and flu season, starting to spark up and stuff like that. But also, if you notice, you've been having unusual stomach sensitivities. And unusual spike of gut feelings. You're absorbing a lot of energy and you need to release it. A lot of times those of us who are highly sensitive, psychic, empathic, we absorb a lot of emotions, a lot of different energies, and we mistake them as our own. If you're feeling differently that you weren't feeling earlier, You probably absorbed something or somebody else's fear or energy. Just release it. Ask Archangel Michael to take it to the light. Ask Archangel Michael to bring it out of you. Maybe you placed it on yourself. Ask Michael and Raphael to bring that out of you. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. With me sharing with you what just happened with me losing my auntie, again, very, very hard to take. But I trust in the wisdom and the power of the universe, even though I'm very sad. One thing that I was awakened to, and maybe you guys can relate, or put this into perspective and what's going on in your own lives, things like that. I want to share that a couple people in my life that I love and care about, I made a lot of excuses for. Their narcissistic behaviors, their negative energies, attitudes, because I genuinely loved and cared for them, and I saw through that and saw the real them. Okay? I made the mistake of staying friends with them. When my Auntie Kathy died, about a month ago, I became very angry. I became very angry with myself. I became very angry with the people that I just spoke about, that I made excuses for because I was willing to see through their narcissism, their toxic energies, their just their negative energy. I started resenting them because they were taking up energy and time I could have been spending with somebody who mattered to me when she was here. And that was my Auntie Kathy. And I did spend time with her. But I realized I could have spent more time with her. I'm not beating myself up. And I'm not telling you guys to beat yourselves up. Just put this into perspective. I could have been spending time with people that I mattered to. And that mattered to me. And Auntie Kathy matters to me. Mattered to me then. And will always matter to me. And there were times where my time, my energy was taken up from people that didn't fucking deserve it. They didn't deserve it. She did. People I love and care about like her, they deserve my love, my time, my respect, everything. Not the people that treat me like there's something wrong with me. You have people in your life that treat you like there's always something wrong with you. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. Oh, you could have done this better, could have done that better. Oh, why would you do something like that? Always treating you like you're doing something wrong, or you're stupid, or they're always fucking smarter than you. And you know what? I cut those people out. I had about 2 of them left. Completely cut them out. Even though I considered them friends, and they were good to me, but you know what? I was making excuses for them. If you're thinking of somebody right now that you have to make excuses for, why do you have them in your life? What do you need from them? What are you teaching them by staying friends with them and hanging out with them when they're just draining you or belittling you and stuff? They're taking away time you could be spending on your damn self and with people that you love and care about. I want you guys to think about that, because that was a truth that came to me when this happened. And I've lost a lot of friends and family and pets, but, this one hit me different. And this was something that I learned from this very unfortunate situation. So I made a decision. I'm only spending time with people that matter to me. I'll have conversations with people that matter to me, that I matter to them. And I'm there for them. They're there for me. Not the people that wouldn't be there for me or treat me like there's something wrong with me all the time. And you should not be with people that treat you like there's something wrong with you, or wouldn't be there for you, or always nickel and dime you, or, they never forget the favor that they did for you, hold it over your fucking head, or maybe, God forbid, you made a mistake or you were having a bad day and they hold it over you all the time. No, you don't need that. Spend time with people that know forgiveness and willing to forgive themselves, you, that truly care. People make mistakes, guys, but there are people that are just plain toxic. And the ones that are toxic are the ones that don't want to change. You can't change them. Spend time with yourself. Spend time with those who matter to you. Defend your beliefs and your decisions. Stand your ground. And I am absolutely standing my ground. Standing my ground. And I encourage you to do the same. I'm going to pull another card here. The Wheel. Here's Archangel Michael. Awesome, Archangel Michael. We were just talking about you. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune's on your side. There's some blessings. There's some miracles coming. And even though it may come in the form at first of something you don't understand, like that's tragic, or maybe something that just wasn't fair. And sometimes life just isn't fair to us. It's just the way it is. And there's a miracle. Something good's going to come from that. Remember that. Oftentimes, sudden changes, tragedies, disasters, of course they're hurtful. Of course they're scary. Of course they're life-changing. Of course they're detrimental. But the universe allowed that to happen at this point in time. Something is sparking from it. You can fight it, against it, swim upstream, or you can surrender and go with the flow. And you'll be surprised just by letting go of that need to control everything, every situation, and see where life takes you. You may be surprised it leads you to the very thing you've been wanting, but your ego is in the way and you thought it was going to happen this way or that way. It had to be done this way with this person in this environment and blah, blah, blah. Maybe the very thing that you were looking for is where life is taking you. Spent my whole life fighting upstream. Upstream, doing what everybody else thought I should do. Pleasing everybody else. Listening to society. What my teachers told me. What college told me, what society told me, what my freaking religions told me, what the religious people told me, what the television told me, what MySpace told me. I was swimming upstream. When I was finally forced in many ways to surrender and stop fighting, life brought me here. And it's been tough at times. But it would have been 1,000 times worse had I kept swimming upstream. And I found throughout my journey, I was swimming upstream different points in your life, in my life. Even if you've made a lot of changes, you're still going to experience challenges. But one thing that I have learned over the last years that's been life-changing for me in so many good ways, brought me to where I'm at today. In that journey, I swam upstream way too many times. Way too many times. Not swimming upstream anymore. I'm moving forward. And I control what I can, when I can. And I allow life to bring me there. When you focus on how you're swimming upstream, you'll be guided every step of the way. It's not going to be bibbity bobbity boo. It'll be signs, divine intervention. It'll be you'll be guided somewhere, or somebody will come and talk to you, or you'll be seeing the same situation, same patterns, same ideas, same like-minded groups, things coming up on your social media, on TV, or just when you're out and about, running into complete strangers, and it was the very thing you were looking for, or they know somebody. You know, life has a very interesting way of guiding you. Don't focus on how, just allow. Don't focus on how, just allow. I want to pull one more card for you guys. This last one is the 7 of Earth. So we had the 7 of Fire, And so in the tarot deck, this would have been the Seven of Wands. In the tarot deck, this is the Seven of Pentacles. This is the How card. Okay? If you look at the Seven of Pentacles, it's your seeds are well planted. Maybe you have some dreams, some goals. Those are seeds you've planted, right? A temporary pause in action. Maybe the timing is a little off right now, but the seed's still in the ground. Okay? Unnecessary worry. Just keep being you. Keep making plans. Go with the changes that come up. When the answer to prayer is no, that's okay. Remember, you're being led to the yes, however it's meant to be. I was trying to pursue acting. I tell you guys the story all the time. I was pursuing acting, which is what I always wanted to do. I loved modeling, acting. I did that. I was doing that. It didn't become my life's work, which is what I dreamt of. But focusing what I loved and enjoyed my successes and learned from my failures along the way, I discovered my psychic abilities were helping people. Everything fell into place because I focused on what I loved. Focus on what you're dreaming of, what you love. It'll fall into place. I have family members, they tried for years to have children after my one cousin had cancer. And she could never conceive. She became sterile from the cancer treatments and was unable to have children. And she really wanted to have a child, and it never happened. But what ended up happening, she focused on that. She even had, as if the little girl she always wanted was already here, Elizabeth. She had the room all decorated for whenever she was going to come. And years went by, nothing happened. And one adoption after another just kind of passed them by. And they finally put everything away and said, you know what, maybe it's not God's will for me to have this kid. Maybe I'm just not meant to have one. They put everything away. And what they did when they put everything away, they completely quit trying to control the situation. Guess what happened the very next day? They got a phone call from a newborn premature baby that was born a drug-addicted baby. The mom was a crack mom. Has children nonstop all the time. And they said, we don't know if she's going to make it. She's awful premature, but you're welcome to come in and meet her. They went in and they said she was dying. They picked her up, held them close to her. She didn't have a heartbeat. Her heart started beating. She came back to life because she was placed in the hands of my cousins who were meant to have her. Not her biological mom, but those who were meant to have her. If that's not divine intervention, I don't know what is. So the Elizabeth that they always dreamt of, she was there the next day. They had no idea. They let go. They completely let go and said, if it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. And they believed it wasn't meant to happen at that point. Happened the very next day. I want you to remember, the very thing that you think may never happen for you, you may be surprised. It may not be exactly the way you thought it was going to be, but probably even better. Stop trying to control everything. Maybe that can be your New Year's resolution for 2022. And start now. Not with how. Start now. Love and light to each and every one of you. Have a blessed holiday season, whatever you celebrate. Christmas, Hanukkah, nothing. New Year's, 12 days of Christmas, partridge in a pear tree, whatever it is. Have a blessed ending of the year. And I wish you guys a better 2022 if 21 wasn't as good as you had hoped. Keep moving forward. Maybe next year will be your year. Maybe this year will be your year. It ain't over yet. It's December 2021. Hang in there. Love and light. Aloha.